All right, well, here's the calm before the storm. About 120 boards of 12-foot drywall, and I got the lift. We're all set for drywall to start today. So this should be a fun transformation. Looking forward to seeing these walls covered up. Well, these guys were able to knock it out before 2 o'clock today. So they hung all of this drywall. They hung 113 sheets of drywall. No, I'm sorry, 103 sheets of drywall in a day and a half. I think they did a pretty good job. No hidden issues. I think they bring in a different crew in to do the finishing, but golly, I tell you, I've hung enough drywall in my days. I am super excited not to have to do this myself. This looks pretty darn good. So this will be, I'll have some big 4-foot fixtures in here. We'll get hung as soon as they get some of this finishing done. But again, main work area, this is good. I'm super stoked to see it like this. All I need is a garage door, which I still haven't heard back on an ETA yet. But yeah, man, these guys did an awesome job. I'm excited to see how the finishing turns out. We'll check back in a couple of days. Well, the day has come. I have a garage door. I've got some drywall up. I've got a garage door. This thing is a beast. It weighs 400 pounds. Been waiting since October. The guys did a phenomenal job on it. I'm really excited. Evidently got an upgrade to a wireless one, or a fancy one, because the supply chain shortage. But shoot, this thing is freaking, it's even got a freaking thermometer on here. I don't know why, but man, quiet. I mean, it's a grown-up garage door, man. No more tarps. So the drywall's going up. We're, I think, 4 days into the drywall at this point, and really happy with how it's turning out. A little petrified that I did the calculations for the paint, and it's going to be like 12,000 square feet of paint coverage, so it's a lot. But man, it's really turning out awesome. I think the next update, I should have the final block coat on here. So see you in a couple days. Man, we have drywall, and it's skimmed out. It looks good. It's not the fun part. I'm not spraying it. I'm gonna roll it. It's somewhere around 4,200 square feet, I think. So right now I got 10 gallons of primer, and I got 10 gallons of this Sherman-Williams stuff to put on the ceiling and on the walls. So I'm gonna take a stab at it, see how it does with the 18-inch roller. I actually just started in here just to see how it's gonna do. But 18-inch roller does all right. It dries kind of funky, but a little bit heavy, man. So we'll see. Wish me luck.
So I don't think it was a mistake rolling. They used an 18-inch roller. It was kind of heavy, but it went on pretty fast. I think I had about 12 hours total in paint time. So not terribly bad. And I don't know, I was just more comfortable rolling than I was using the sprayer.
All right, well, I got the ceiling above the mezzanine painted. It's like a really light gray, like drywall gray, repose gray or something like that from Sherman-Williams. So anyhow, while that's drying, I'm coming underneath here, and I'm gonna start the ceiling in here. This is all done, pretty much dry. So I've got these lights I picked up from a local supply shop. They were supposed to be a different brand. No, actually they are. These are Cooper's, Cooper lights. So they're 4,000 lumen, 2 bulb LEDs. Had to drill my own hole there in the middle because it didn't quite line up. Actually, I put my boxes in the wrong spot. I centered my boxes in here and forgot that I had to put the bulkhead in, so they're a little bit off center. Now I'll just offset them just a little bit, and then I'll show you what these look like after they're hooked up.
So in hindsight, I probably would have used 4 bulb fixtures. In fact, I may go back and change them at some point in time because they were relatively inexpensive. But yeah, you know, I just had to drill a new inlet for the wires, and only on one of them my pigtails were a little short, so I had to put in, you know, some extensions, just some extra wire lengths, and then just had to square them up on the back wall. But other than that, they went up pretty easy, and good product. I think I'd just go ahead and buy their 4 bulb version next time, because you can see in that one light, it almost doesn't cover up the outlet or the box cover.
So I had a heart attack because when I first flipped the breaker, it didn't work. The lights didn't work. I think some drywall mud got in the switch though, because the second time I hit the switch, it works. And this is gonna be an awesome little work area / storage area. So there's just four of those lights this up quite nicely. So I got enough light to go ahead and paint the walls, and let's go up and do the top side. All right, so up here I've got 10 of these halo lights. These are also Cooper, but these are 8-inch. I wanted extra light, so not only are they adjustable, but I can dim them too. So with just these 3 lights up here, it's pretty bright already. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm just gonna adjust these all down to the lowest lumens, the 1400 lumens each, and I've got it on 4,000 to 4,000 color. So, oh, son of a bitch. The drywall guy cut my freaking wire off. Oh, well, there you go, YouTube. Oh, safety first. OSHA wouldn't appreciate that. God darn it, now I gotta fix that. All right, so in order to fix their screw up, I just went out and bought one of these 6-inch guys so I could steal the pigtail. So all I did was cut that one off, split it, do a little surgery, split the 3 wires out of it, and then spliced and then shrink wrapped them individually, and then put a piece of shrink wrap over it overall, and we're back to good here. Let's see what we got. Okay, got all the lights back in place. Surgery was successful. All right, they all look like the same lumens. Plenty of light in here. Those things, it's on the lowest setting. It's on they're on 1400 lumens, and they're on 4,000 Kelvin, which I think is plenty bright. 4,000 is gonna be the same as the UFO lights out here. So now I need to finish priming the ceiling, paint it, and then I can hang the 6 UFOs and the big ceiling fan in the middle.
So like I said, I decided to roll versus spray. I didn't want to worry about any drips or runs and having to over roll it. It had just been more work. And I didn't feel like taping up windows and all that kind of stuff. So the lift made it pretty easy to cut in. And with the roller extensions, you know, I was able to reach everything off the lift and off the mezzanine. I had I've got 10 gallons of primer in the garage, and then I think there's 7 gallons of ceiling paint and 8 gallons of wall paint. And then I'll have another gallon or 2 for the rails and the front of the mezzanine. And I've got, like I said, I think I got about 12 hours total paint time in this, which really isn't that bad by myself. You know, just using an 18-inch roller and a little cut-in roller, cut-in brush. So looks good.
All right, the ceilings are painted finally. So we're gonna get ready. Got all the recessed lights in, and now I'm gonna hang the UFO lights, which are these here. So these are made by Cooper. These are
18,000 lumens each. And I chose these actually mainly, I was looking at some of the ones that are advertised on Instagram and all these, and Facebook. I actually have a set of those in my other garage, and they work pretty good, but these have a lip, so I don't know if you can see, and I was worried about them being, sort of at eye level down there. I thought that might help shield some of the light, if I have those on, if I'm up here on the top deck. But they're pretty robust, and they've got a dimmer, which I've got actually wired in to the switch. I bought the expensive dimmer switch in case I don't need that much brightness. I didn't know what to really do as far as hardwiring them in. I wanted to maybe just plug them in up there, but then I would have I would have some weird connections with the dimmers. So I'm gonna go with a fixed route, and all I did was take these blanks, and drill them out, with the step bit, and then I'm just gonna run them up through here, and they'll be sort of like permanently hardwired in. So yeah, let's see how this goes. All right, man, we got all these UFO lights up, and freaking awesome. It's like daylight when these things are on. So what's really nice is the way the lights come down over the lens. There's no, you can look straight out there right now and it doesn't hurt your eyes. The other UFO lights, like the hyper lights, they don't have that shield. So if you're even looking at them at a slight angle, they're blinding. But man, it's like freaking daylight down there. It's pretty freaking awesome. Although I just stumbled upon an issue with the ceiling fan as I'm starting to do it, so that's going to be a challenge. But yeah, the light is not going to be a problem down here. I barely got a shadow. It's as good as a basketball gym, if you ask me. But all the lights are done. The ceiling is done. All I got to do at the very top is get those ceiling fans in. But I screwed up because evidently that's not a typical mount. The fan weighs too much, and I've got to reinforce it somehow now. I got to figure that one out. So anyhow, the lights are freaking fantastic. These Coopers, they're the 18 series. Again, 18,000 lumens each, and they almost make it look dim underneath here. These are everything's at 4,000 Kelvin, but I mean even these are 4,000 each. I mean it's significantly bright out here, but I'm not going to really have any issues with working on the vehicles and everything. I'm stoked. All right, poor man's version of the big ass fan. This is a Westinghouse. It's a 100-inch fan. Puts out some air, but it's a really crappy design because you probably can't see. But way up there, I had to egg out that, that crown, that housing, because it's not designed to go on any sort of slant. I mean, this is only a very mild pitch in here. So it just sit in there quite right. And if you crank it up to 6, it actually tries to lift up the fan, and it unseats the little knob or whatever that it's resting in. I don't even know what the terminology is, but anyhow, I use a Dremel to egg it out. 3 is about the safest speed, but here you can look at this, the plastic blowing in here. It puts out a tremendous amount of air. I mean, this is, it feels wonderful in here. It's 95 degrees outside right now. There has been no AC for the last 2 days, but 90 for the last couple of days, and it is 76 in here, so a little bit humid, but insulation's doing its job. 2 more fans to go. All right, man, we got the last of the fixtures going up. So these are smaller fans and the big one in the bay. They're actually really simple to put up, but I don't know what the deal is with all these new fans. They're just not designed to be on a slope. I mean, they're supposed to be, but they've got these electronic boxes in them, like the relays for the remotes.
And this is what allows you to have a remote control dimmer. So it's supposed to look like this, and it slides up in the top, up above the, slides up right up here. So it's supposed to slide up in between this, but when it's on an angle, that little seat sits up too high and doesn't allow it to fit. So the fix is to take it apart. So this just happens to have 2 screws. It shows the the circuit board in here, and I'm just going to wrap it in duct tape because the profile of this alone is, almost half, at least a third of the profile. So I'm just going to wrap the tape. It fit. That one over there fit perfect after I did it. So we're going to do the same one here and call it a day. All right. Well, we've got the lower walls painted out now. Got all my lights in, the fans, upper and lower. Had to readjust this big one more time just because it just wasn't sitting quite right. So I had to Dremel out a little bit more of the housing. And up there are those, I had to take the plastic housings apart completely and just wrap them in electrical tape so they'd fit for the pitch. And I got the whole mezzanine primed and the railings. So today's the last day with the lift. I'm gonna continue this this color here on this wall, and then the same flat across the bottom front of the mezzanine. And I've got enamel semi-gloss for the rails. It's the same color, so they should just stay cleaner that way. And I've got the cable railing to put in. I think I'm actually going to do that next. I'll do the cable railing and then seal this floor with a product called Ballistics, and I'll do a pretty good documentary on that process. And then I'm going to finish with the upper floors, and then I guess I just got a little bit of the trim around the windows, and I'll be almost done. I think I'm just going to leave these stairs probably. I mean, this is a garage. I don't know. I haven't figured out what to do with the stairs yet. If I have leftover laminate, I might just make my own bull nose and put it on there. But real excited to have this thing towards the final stages. It's really coming along. So we'll be back with some painted railings and some cable here soon. See ya.